Perfect, perfect. All right, welcome everybody to Success Zone. I trust everybody had a great weekend. It is Monday morning. Happy belated Mother's Day to all those mothers that are out there today. And just so you guys understand the new format, this is called Success Zone, and we do these calls every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 a.m. Pacific time. And really, this is for the purpose of just ongoing training. This is an open forum, guys. There's no particular company that we recommend or that we endorse. All of us on this call, and there'll be many more to come, will represent different companies in the industry of direct sales. I also know there are some people on here that are just straight entrepreneurs. And the reason why people will see value in this type of a format is because, you know, building a business is really the same no matter what your product is. Because everybody has to understand, okay, in order to make money in business, you need people using your product, right? So that person that you need using the product, okay, that's called a person. And everybody knows that we are in the people business. And when you're in the people business, right, there's certain strategies that you have to put into effect in order for you to be successful, just like anything else that you will do. And that's really the purpose of Success Zone. So I encourage people, if you want, to reach out to people in your organizations, you know, if you feel comfortable. Okay, and you're going to say, well, are they going to endorse a certain company? I don't want to lose my people. Listen, okay, if your people can be gotten, okay, then obviously they're not making money. Okay, people who are making money do not go from one company to the next. Okay, all this is, and once you feel comfortable, share it with as many people as you'd like. Okay, this is just my way of really giving back to an industry that has provided so much for me and my family. So, you know, today we're going to talk about really the essence of your business. And the essence of your business is really filling up your funnel. And let me get my slideshow up here. Hang on a second. Give me a thumbs up that my slideshow can be seen. Can someone see it? Yes? Perfect. Hang on. Let me get, okay. Thanks, Larry. I see Larry. Okay, perfect. All right. So I'll come on and off camera, guys, because I'm saving the bandwidth. So anyway, you know, the first thing in any business, no matter what you're doing, and like I said, no matter what your product is, right, there's certain key elements that you have to have. And people always say, okay, I see all these people crossing the stage, and I see people, right, making the big paychecks. But what you have to understand, okay, if you're going to be a professional in this industry, professionals never, ever, ever take their eye off adding people to their business. It's called new blood. And when you build your base strong enough, as you know, you will have people leave your organization. But if you have people always adding to the organization as people leave, the base stays the same. Okay, but here's the thing. Most people will not stay, okay, in the industry long enough to build their base. It's just what it is. I don't know why. So some people say they don't see my screen. Okay, just want to make sure my screen can be seen. Okay, it says Success Zone. Now let me change the slide. Can you see that slide? Okay, perfect. So Jenny, I don't know what's wrong with your computer, but everybody else can see it. All right, so in our business, I'll give you an example. A lot of you know that I come from the health club industry. Do you know that Bally Health Clubs had 4 million members? Now, how many people left Bally's on a monthly basis? Many people quit. How many people start a membership and don't go? How many people start a membership and stop paying? But Bally's didn't wake up every day worrying about the people that quit. Okay, that's a scarce mentality. I'll say that again. That's a scarce mentality because they knew they always had 1,000 salespeople adding more people. But the base always was 4 million. I hope you guys understand that concept. Okay, so if everybody out there is doing these things, okay, and always adding, you will never have a paycheck that fluctuates. The reason why a lot of people in this industry have paychecks that are good and bad is because they never stay long enough to dig it out. We were with one company for 16 years. You know what the principles they taught us? How to build your base, how to continue to build your base every day, every day. Okay, it wasn't just one day. Okay, so now here's the mentality I want you to have. Okay, as you go out there and build your company. Okay, everybody out there, when you go out and talk to people, you have to know something. Everybody's in a particular box. Everybody's in a particular box. You have the employee box. You have the self-employed box. You have the business owner box. And you have the investor box. Okay, and every time as I go out there and I get into a conversation with a person, one of the first things I ask people is, what kind of business are you in? And I want you to get really good at doing that, because as soon as they answer that question, you could immediately put them in a box. And then you're going to understand really the mentality of that person based on the box they're in. If somebody told you, right, I work at Ford, okay, could you not put him in a box? That's an employee box. Anybody who works for somebody else is an employee. They have a job. So immediately when this person tells you that, you have to understand something about that person. They probably work really hard. But they know, you have to understand, they don't have security. They don't have time. They trade time for dollars. They're on the hamster wheel, right? So now that you know that about the person, could you not talk to that person a certain way? Because you know what their hot button may be. If someone tells you they're self-employed, okay, understand really the self-employed person really bought a job. They still trade time for dollar. Okay, the business owns them a lot of the times. But you know that when people answer this, guys, 95% of the people are going to live on the left side of the quadrant. But when you talk to somebody who says, I'm a business owner, understand something. Okay, they have a system that works. They have a system. They have more freedom. It's stability. And then you have the investor. This is usually the person who has multiple streams of income. So just understand, when you ask that question, you can immediately determine where this person is in their life. I've always said this when I do this particular training. If I ask 3 questions to a person, I could pretty much tell you what they do, okay, how they do it, how much money they make doing it. If I just know what kind of business they're in, where they live, right? Okay, and I could also ask the question, does your spouse work? And I could determine very quickly the income stream in that family. Just think about it. If I told you I was a mailman and my wife was a stay-at-home mom, right? And I lived in a certain area that you knew, and the subdivision that you knew about, could you not pretty much determine, right, the amount of my house and how much money I make if I'm a mailman? Okay, pretty much what, $5,000, $6,000 a month? Take taxes. Now I understand that person. I could then match the opportunity to the person I'm talking to. And this is the key to the business. But you know what? Here's what it starts with. There's 3 pillars to success in this industry. Okay, and I beat this thing up every single day. Number 1, you gotta have a burning desire. You gotta know that whatever company you're with, right, if they do what they're supposed to do, understand what your company is supposed to do. Your company is supposed to deliver the product. Your company is supposed to pay the commissions. Your company is supposed to take care of the customer service. That's the company's responsibility. Your responsibility, now listen, is to bring to the table a burning desire. Okay? Because you have faith in your company. You have faith in everything that they do. And that creates this confidence and burning desire, right, to do the daily things. To do the daily things it's going to take to build your business. The burning desire is something that's non-negotiable, guys. It's got to be within you. You got to wake up thinking about it. Do you think people who've done very well and made 7 figures in this industry, okay, just hope it happened? No, no. They're the ones out there every day taking in the information through training and then implementing that training. So, but the other thing you got to bring to the table is you got to be dumb enough to be smart enough to listen. You got to be coachable. Okay, got to be coachable. Okay, you got to understand you have people that are vested in your success, and we need this. You need to be coachable, and this sometimes is very difficult because we talked about it in our first training. You bring to the table, right, some of your old baggage. You got to pretend you know nothing and just listen to what your company is telling you to do. Because no one's going to tell you something that doesn't work. That would be a pretty dumb business plan. And then you got to have the willingness to work. The willingness to do whatever it takes to build your business. But where does this all come from? It comes from the desire. Right? It comes from the desire. And some people on this call and some people who attend the trainings or who are part of whatever organization they're part of, right? They tend to go out there and they don't bring that burning desire. They just go through the motions. They just go through the motions and they're telling themselves they're doing it, but it's really, really not faith-based. It's got to be something that you really believe in. And if you don't, maybe, just maybe, okay, you need to find a different opportunity. Okay, but here's the thing. No matter where you go, you guys know what I always say. There you are. It's normally not the company. It's normally you. And people think the answer is to go to another company. That's not normally the answer. Okay, the answer is you got to work harder on yourself than you'll ever work in the business. I promise you that. That's for sure. Because what you have to realize is this: no matter what you do, no matter what product you have, you are professional introducers into the system. Every company out there has a system. Doesn't make a difference if it's direct sales. Bally's had a system. 24-Hour Fitness has a system, right? Lifetime Fitness has a system. Walmart has a system. Every company has their own system. And what we are in direct sales, in the beginning, we're introducers into the system. Why? Because you have to have a plan everybody can do. You guys understand this, right? It can't be difficult. Okay, and really what we are is we're information givers. We lead people to the information. And the company provides the meetings, right? We do one-on-ones, and every company has a website, right? A website that you can market, normally with a video attached to intrigue people on what you got. I'll get into that in a second. There's launch calls. There's webinars. There's things called Super Saturdays and conferences. And when you embrace the system, the system works. There's no doubt about it. And the more people you put into the funnel, this is the problem. People think that all they have to do is put X amount of people in the funnel, and then they normally take their foot off the gas, right? And then what happens? Their business dries up. Because we'll get into this week on Wednesday, right? When you put so many people in the funnel, not everybody does what they're supposed to do. We all know that, right? But so if we know most people quit, or most people don't have the desire, most people are looking for something for nothing, and if we stop feeding that system, right, the business then doesn't produce. But so it starts with what? It starts with, in every company, step number 2 in their company is to make a list. The number 1 thing you all bring to the table, a new person, is a list. It's a contact list. Right? If you're talking to somebody who's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, right? Understand they have 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years of contacts. You want their contacts because those contacts could benefit from the products you are marketing, correct? So when you make your list, the biggest problem most people make is they start to determine who will and who won't. You don't know. I promise you, you don't know. You don't know who will and who won't. So you go through a comprehensive list, everybody. And if you really look on this slide, because this is a comprehensive list, you leave no stone unturned. From your babysitter to work associates, from your banker, right, to the waitress, from the bank teller, right, to the travel agent. If you really go through this, I promise you, you will have a list of no less than a couple hundred people. And it's not about saying out of a couple hundred people, I know without a doubt I'm going to get traction. I know one thing's for sure. I'm going to be able to get my information into people's hands. And as you do this, you know what happens? You sharpen your skills. There's nothing more valuable than sharpening your skills. And you know how you really get them sharpened? Go through the no's. See, most people determine a no as a negative. A no is a positive. For every no that you hear, you're sharpening your skills. And this is what people don't understand. I love to train on the no, because the no is the most positive experience you will ever have. Yes. You see how I just spun that? The no is the most positive experience you will ever have. If every time you put the hook in the ocean and you caught something, eventually it doesn't get fun. I'm telling you, this over here, if everybody told you yes, you say, well, that would be the greatest thing in the world. No, it wouldn't. There'd be no challenge. I look as a no as a challenge. I look as a no as an opportunity to get better. That's how I look at no's. And when you go through this and you go through it the right way, I promise you, you'll get better at conversation. You'll get better at listening. You'll get better at all aspects of your business. But you got to make your memory jogger, guys. Everybody's got to make a memory jogger. And now from that, from your memory jogger, you're going to start to determine and you're going to start to grade some of your people. Because here's me. If I'm putting together my list, right, I know most of those people on my list, but some relationships on that list are stronger than others. Some relationship, there's some people I just call up and I say, how many times you call somebody up, you don't even tell them who it is. You just say, it's me. Okay, that probably means you have a pretty good relationship with that person. It probably means you know what box they're in. You know where they live. You know how they feel, right? You know how they react. You know if they're open, if they're not. But so you're going to be able to determine on your initial list, could you not determine some of the people that you have that are self-starters, that are maybe influential, that are teachable, coachable, and trainable? I know these people that maybe have some financial resources. Well, these are people that you have to understand, okay, are easier to talk to. If I put somebody on my list, right? If I put somebody on this call on my list, if I have Gordon on my list, okay, and Gordon checks out that he's a self-starter, I know he's influential, okay, I know, okay, he's a good person because he always wants to learn. I know he has some financial resources, and I know we have a good relationship. Don't you think this would be an easier person to talk to? See, a lot of people, here's another mistake a lot of you will make. You're going to go to the people in the beginning that you think that need money. And I'm not saying, don't misunderstand my message. You're going to talk to everybody. But I'm saying if I'm going to put together my top, let me switch my slide, my top 20 out of the 200, I'm going to get to everybody. Everybody's going to know what I'm doing. But I'm going to go to my top 20 first. Why? Because they grade it out. These are the people I'm going to go to because I know that if they have and possess all these attributes, it's going to be a much easier conversation because they're open. They're more open. People that need money for a reason. There's two groups, guys. There's people that need money and people who want money. I want to talk to the people that want money. They're open. They're open. They want more streams of income. They don't put you down as easy. They don't make fun of you when you say you're in direct sales, or they don't roll their eyes at you. Here's what they want to know. Can I make money? Is it legal and ethical? That's it. And do you have a valuable product that I could bring into the marketplace? Watch Shark Tank, guys. Watch Shark Tank. Okay? And you're going to learn a lot about people. You're going to learn a lot about business. So if I'm talking to Gordon, I know what message I want to send to him. And this is how you start your business. See, your business in this industry doesn't need you to go out there and scout out a location. You don't have to build the building, right? You don't have to hire the employees. You don't have to put the systems in place. You don't have the large overhead. Okay, but your job is to put together the list of people that could enjoy your product. That's your job. So that's how you start to grade. And then all you want to do is you want to introduce these people to whatever system your company has. Right? It's called comfort zone sharing. Maybe it's a video that your company has. Maybe your company has just a website you're supposed to send them to. Everybody has a different, most companies now have a video. And what's my job? What do I want to do? I want to get people enrolled. I want people on my team. Number one, get enrolled. Number two, get people working fast. This is a business that's built with speed. You don't build this business slow. And this is why I said on my training on Saturday that I did, okay, you have to have the mentality. If you haven't gotten the results, start over. Start over. Re-grand open your business. And then you got to have a follow-up system. This is what I want to do. I want to get people enrolled. I want that person out there getting the information into people's hands, and I'm going to be there to support them in the follow-up. That's it. And one of the things that you have to start to do is leverage. And leveraging is leveraging people with more knowledge. It's called the edification. Now, this could be a completely standalone training that I will do at some point, okay? But the bottom line is this. You, the brand new person, Okay, because here's what some people do. Okay, they go, oh my gosh, I got somebody enrolled. I am so excited. I made my immediate income. Wait a minute. I don't know what your company pays in immediate income, but I don't think you're in this business to make $50 or $20, because that's what most immediate income is. It's putting 50, 75 bucks in your pocket because someone made a decision. Okay, great. You should be excited. But you know what the value is? That value of that new person is not the money they spent to get enrolled in your company. The value of that new person, now listen, this is the value of the new person. This is the value of your new person. But that new person doesn't know any different. So who's going to be guiding them? You. The work starts when they get started. That's when the work starts, so you could find out what you really got. So if I bring, I'm just using Larry now. If I bring Larry in, Larry brings to the table to me his prospects. That's his value. So here's me. Larry, listen, we're going to go to work now. Congratulations. I'm so glad you got started. Now, let's get you off to a fast start, Larry. Listen, do you want to build this business slow or fast? He goes, fast, Jeff. Great. Okay, we're going to make our list together. Together. Some of you just go make your list. Did you make it? Did you call him? No, I'm going to sit down with Larry. Why? I know the value of his contact base. Why? Watch this now. Watch this again. Okay? Because I know Larry. I know Larry. And I know Larry, okay, has all these attributes. And I know his contacts have these attributes. So I just got somebody that could open many doors for me. But you guys, a lot of people get people started, and the next thing they do, they just plug in. No, I'm going to say it again. That's when the work starts. But I also know something. Larry gives me prospects, and these prospects trust him. They trust him because he has that relationship. A lot of people who bring together or bring to you their prospects, there's trust. But you know what Larry doesn't have with his prospects? The respect and credibility when it comes to this business. Because they know he's brand new. So you know what he says? He speaks from the heart and he says, listen, I just got started in a brand new company. And let me tell you why I'm excited. I love the product, but I love the business attached to it. And I thought of you. And I'm working with somebody with a lot of success in this business. And he's taken me through all the necessary things I have to know. So I'd love to get you on the phone with so-and-so. And all Larry's job is to edify the person that he's going to be leading his prospect to, which is normally, right, the sponsor. Now, do you see where the work is now? Now watch. I'm going to determine very quickly what I got with Larry. I'm going to determine very quickly. Here's why. I'm going to tell Larry we're going to set up 5 calls today. Now, he said he wants to go fast. Now, if he does it, is Larry good? Is he someone you want to stay with? Absolutely. That's what you look for. But let's say he sets up 2 calls. I'm going to stay right there. I'm going to keep working with Larry. I'm going to make Larry the new success story. Now watch this. Larry doesn't do it. But my job is to let Larry know I'm here. I'm ready. His job is to do it. But sometimes Larry needs a little push. See, this is where a lot of you miss the mark. You bring them in and you just tell them and you expect them to be a self-starter. No. Get Larry one result. I promise you it becomes contagious. Your job is to get Larry a result. And if Larry leads you to 5 people, you know what? I'm going to live with them. Because I could take Larry and I could build a 100-person organization with the right person quickly. Just some of you haven't experienced that yet. You know why? You haven't worked with your people. This is where it comes from. And so I'm just going to let Larry know I'm available. My phone dings, guys, and someone on my team now wants a 3-way call. I get back with them immediately. Why? That's where it all starts. First of all, Larry is confident that, you know what? Man, the buck stops here because Jeff's doing what he says he's going to do. And now if Larry does not get the results he wants, it's not on me. Larry, you stop doing what you're supposed to do. I'm here for you every step of the way. That's a good sponsor. See, remember I talked about on Saturday recruiting and sponsoring? This is how you sponsor. And Larry goes, wow, man, talk about support. And Larry, you don't pay me for this support. That's part of the compensation plan. Because I brought you in, I get paid down multiple levels of people who are bringing a product to the marketplace. So of course I'm going to be here. So this is the edification. Guys, utilize it. Whatever company you're in, make sure you know who's available for you with 3-way calls. And your job is to set the call up correctly by edifying the person that's going to be doing the explaining. And that, I won't go into much more because there's a whole training associated with this. All I want to leave you with here is this. The new person's value is not them purchasing your product. The person's value is the prospects that they have credibility with. That's it. And you're going to be there to do the explaining because Larry's brand new, period. Okay? So now, here's the business and here's the system. Okay? Our system is really based on 4 things: friendshipping, creating interest, creating desire, and duplication. This is our system. And the most important phase is the friendshipping phase. Because as you go out there and make your list, right, these are your potential prospects. Now, I want to also emphasize this. These are potential prospects of your product and your opportunity. Of course, when you're really good, you know what you lead with? Opportunity. But a new person usually leads with the product. Because you could touch it, you could feel it in most instances, right? Maybe it's a wearable. Maybe it's a nutritional supplement. Maybe it's something you put on your face or some type of oil that you smell. Whatever the widget is, most new people live in look how great my product is. Great. That's okay. But eventually I want to get you all where you're leading with the opportunity. Because my philosophy is people go to work every day. A lot of people don't like what they do. In fact, a lot of people hate what they do, but they go every day. Can I tell you why? Guess. Why do you think they go every day? They got to make money. So this is why I want you guys to understand my logic. Because in this forum called the Success Zone, I don't hold anything back. People get involved because of money. That's why people get involved. Now, they just want to if they just like your product, I'm not doing 3-way calls if Larry just wants to be a product user. Larry, I'm glad you like my product. I'm glad you're on the auto ship. Let me share with you the opportunity attached to it. Jeff, I'm not interested in that. Great. I'm not calling Larry every day about a 3-way call if he just wants to be a user of my product. You guys got this, right? I love you, brother. High five. Okay, keep on the auto ship. It's a great product. I'm looking for the person that wants to build a business. That's who I'm going to spend my time with. Okay, so friendshipping. You fill up your funnel, and it's personal friends, it's acquaintances, it's referrals, it's cold market, and it's people you meet. When you're dealing with the warm market, you already know the answers to the test. I already went over this. You already know where they live. You already know what they do. They're easier to talk to. But I want you guys to always have the mentality, no matter how good of a start you get off to or a bad start, you're always adding new people to this funnel. And I'm telling you guys, this training that I'm doing right now, this was the first training that I saw 25 years ago. Nothing's changed except for the amount of people we can reach every day. What do I mean by that? Because of what I'm doing now. It's called the internet. It's called social media. See, I had to physically go out and meet people every day. And that was my goal. I joined a gym, right? We went out looking for houses. We went shopping. We still do that today. We still get into conversation. But some people, right, you could add 5 to 10 people a day to your funnel with things like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all these different. So there's no excuse not to always have a full funnel unless you're just lazy. There's no excuse. But the problem most people have is you vomit all over them. There's no friendshipping before, right? It's sort of like the analogy, and I'm not going to get crude, right? Kiss me before you go to bed with me. You guys got the analogy, right? Okay, that's my point. Some of you are trying just to go to bed with the person without at least saying hello. You're vomiting your opportunity all over the person. No, there's a friendshipping phase. Sometimes it's just like if I meet Larry online, hey, what kind of business are you in? And we form this relationship. He's in my funnel. I'm establishing the rapport. If I'm meeting somebody, I'm asking questions. I'm listening. I'm determining when and where, because if people see dollar signs in your eyes, this is why people say, I don't know why this doesn't work for me. Because you're too aggressive. You're not letting the system just take over. But there's certain people I meet. If I meet Larry, right, and he's open and the conversation just naturally flows, and he says to me, what do you do, Jeff? And I tell him what I do and why I'm excited. If he gives me an opening, you know what? Those people, I will give them the information immediately. But it's just, this is why I'm saying you got to sharpen your skills. Now, having said that, would I rather have somebody be completely aggressive and throw up all over everybody versus doing nothing? Yes. Hope you guys understood that. I could hone Larry's skills. Larry, hold on, brother. Relax. Relax. Let's work on your skill set. I'd rather have him be aggressive than do nothing. Some of you are the other extreme. You just keep learning and keep learning and keep learning, but you never do. That's a lot of you on this call. I'm getting ready to get ready. No, I'd rather just go. I'll work with Larry to sharpen his skill set. I was working with somebody yesterday. I said, listen, you want a mentor? I'm going to give you some advice. And I went through some advice I would give that person to sharpen that person's skill set. So these are your potential prospects. Here's the point to this slide. Never stop filling up your funnel. And the way you build a rapport with people, here's another thing I want you to write down. Listen more than you talk. People love to be heard. Simply ask questions and let them talk. Larry, what kind of business are you in? Boom. Hey, how do you like it, Larry? How long have you been doing that? What did you do before that, Larry? Where are you from? How long do you live there? And you could just go on. But you know what you're doing when you're doing this? You're gaining Larry's trust. You're going to become memorable because you're with the one person that took the time to want to find out about Larry. You know why this is so important? Guys, listen. One person can mean from $50,000 to $50,000 a month to you. One person. If I do this correctly and I take people through the funnel, remember, Larry's also evaluating exactly what I'm doing. And if Larry does make a decision to get involved, you know he's going to always remember how he was brought in. And if that process felt good for Larry, can guess what he's going to duplicate. But if that process didn't feel good for Larry, he might not ever get involved. People are smart. They're evaluating everything. Wow, I like how that felt. Man, that Jeff guy really cared about, where I worked and all these different things. And then he gave me an opportunity. That felt good. Is what you're doing every day feel good? Then keep doing it. If not, you got to change. Number 2, once you establish the friendshipping phase, now you got to understand during this phase, I got to work with urgency. I'm bringing to the table urgency. 72 hours, I got to get Larry some results. This has got to be your mentality, guys. You got to find out quickly what you got. And if I'm working with urgency, I'm going to know very quickly if Larry is hot, warm, or cold. I got to have enthusiasm, not manufactured. I got to be sincerely excited. Passion, belief, confidence. I got to show all that. And my job is to promote my approach, right? And the way I'm going to promote my approach and get my approach to where it needs to be is I'm going to be leading people to a 3-way call so I can hear how my mentor is talking to my prospects. You know what FLOP stands for? Every conversation I get into when I'm friendshipping is tell me about your family, where you live, your occupation, and your passions. Those are the conversations. If you go through that, if you go through FLOP with people, that's a whole nother training. That's an hour training on FLOP that we will do. If you ask about their family, where they live, what they do, and what they enjoy, you will find out everything you need to know about the person. Through FLOP, I can figure out hot, warm, or cold. And my job is to sort, not sell, and I want to move quickly through my list. I'm telling you, there's low-hanging fruit on your list. They're hot. They're ready. You just haven't exercised talking to them because you've determined who will and who won't. But if I go through my list and the person says, well, good for you, okay, I'm rooting for you. Is that person hot, warm, or cold? That's cold. Person says, hey, man, I'm kind of intrigued. Send me some information. That's warm. Hot, tell me more, man. I'm all over this. There's hot people on your list. I don't spend any time with the cold. I spend all my time with the hot, and I'll give the warm what they need. That's how I work things. Fast. I'm telling you, you've got to go through this fast. A rocket ship does not get into orbit slow. Most of the fuel that rocket throws off is going 3 inches off the ground. That's how you got to launch your business. Okay? And then you got to create interest. So in other words, you got your list. Now, the way you create interest is let the tools do the heavy lifting. The tools that your company gives you. Right? Say less in the beginning. Let the tools give them the information. Because now these are your potential distributors. You've determined hot, warm, or cold. They want more. Great. These could be your warm and your hot people. So now what you got to do as you sharpen your skills is share your story. We're going to do testimonial trainings here. Don't worry. How to share your story. Your story is basically who you are, right? What you've done, and why you made your decision to make a change. And in that are the benefits of the business. I'll get into that in a second. And your job is to sell the dream. You want to know why? Most people stop dreaming. Remember those people, that 95% that work for somebody else? Do you think they dream every day? Do you think they wake up thinking, I'm going to be financially independent? Maybe if they bought a lottery ticket, they do for that split second. But they don't think about, so you're representing, right, what most people will never, ever embrace. That is a dream because you found an opportunity. Whatever company you're with, I promise you, there's top earners there. And those top earners in any direct sale company is like living the dream for the average person. And we think you have to make millions of dollars a month, right, to show people the dream. Do you know that most people in this country, 66% of the people make $50,000 a year or less? You understand that, right? You understand 3% in the country make $150,000 a year or more. Okay? Do you think they stopped dreaming? Of course they have. But you got to know what you're selling. And I know, here we go again. And you're going to see this a lot on this success zone. Because this is what I sell every day. I don't sell my product. I sell this. This is what I sell. This is what your company offers you guys right here. This is the real opportunity. And I'm not going to get into it. I got into it on Saturday a lot. This is a whole nother training. This slide is 1 hour of training. But this is what you have to understand, that what your people are looking for. So when I'm talking to a person, I understand, first of all, what box they're in, and then I can match this slide to the person I'm talking to. That's how you do it. And this is how you create desire. Creating desire now is when you get a person to make a decision. Hey, Larry, listen. I'm so excited that we're working together, and I'm so happy that you just got started. Now, here's where the work starts. Remember, I'm sitting down with Larry, and I'm making his list. Before I even get to that point, I got to find out what I just caught. What did I just catch with Larry? Did I catch a fish I'm going to throw back? Did I catch somebody with desire? Did I catch somebody that wants something for nothing? Or did I catch somebody that really wants to go to work? See, I got to know that. How do I do that? I'm sitting down. Now's the time for me to recognize his needs. Focus on his desires. I got to talk and I got to listen. So Larry, let me ask you a question. Why did you make this decision? What are you looking to have happen? If you could have anything you want, what would that look like, Larry? Well, I want to get out of my job. Okay. Is that really a desire of yours? See, I got to find out. He may say, well, Jeff, you know what? I love what I do. I just want to supplement my income. It doesn't make a difference what he says, but I want him to know I'm listening. And I'm going to match his desire to his work ethic. Big desire, big work ethic. And so I'm going to start to expand his vision. And I'm going to ask a question. And I told you the question I always ask. Do you want to build this slow or fast? He says fast. Now we're going to go. See, this is the time a lot of you don't spend when you bring somebody in. Okay? Let them know you care. And watch how you become a really good sponsor. Everything most people do is, what can it mean for me? You got to get rid of that mentality. What value can you bring to that new person? They're looking at you. They're watching. And this is how you get people to stick. This is why you don't have people then start jumping when things go a little bit south. Because every company, something's going to go wrong. But this is where people stay loyal. You think they're staying loyal to what? They're staying loyal to you. Because you gave, and they sense that, and they know that. This is how you build an organization, guys. And if you do this with 8 to 10 people, do you know 8 to 10 people that you show value to could lead you and lead hundreds of thousands of people in your group? 8 to 10. This is where I'm trying to figure out what I got. And I put people in a bucket. Well, Larry's just a consumer. Great. I love my consumers. I need consumers. You need consumers. But then I'm looking for the person that wants to be a leader too. So this is your focus. And then this is how you duplicate. See how many people you got to put in your up here, right, to find the one or two that fall through the funnel. See, guys, if you could talk to 1 to 2 people a day to get one person a week, okay, I'm talking about once you get your initial 20 to 40 in. Remember I said superstars in this business sponsor 1 to 2 people a week once they have traction. And if you could find one good person a month, one good person a month out of the 2 to 4 that you're sponsoring, 1 to 2 a week, that was that 4 to 8 a month that you're sponsoring, to get one good one. That's 12 good ones a year, okay, to find one builder a year. In 5 years, you can't spend the money. Why? Can you imagine if you had 5 builders? Take 5 top earners in your company. Figure out what they make. And you had 5 of those in your organization after 5 years. You see? Do you understand how you make money here, right? In any company, here's how it works. Whatever they make, you make. So if you had 10 frontline people making $5,000 a month, you're making, what are you making? $50,000 a month. You're making what they make. Those are frontline people. This is how you earn money. So what are you looking for? I'm looking for people that want to earn money. Because if I get somebody earning $10,000, that's $10,000 a month added to mine, my income. Do you see where this is about duplication? This is about, this is not about mass recruiting. Yes, you got to talk to a lot of people, but you're looking to find, and the way you do it is by leading by example. Telling people what to do and working with the ones that do it. Giving good communication, being that leader. And being a leader, guys, sometimes is not popular. It's just not. But if someone knows your heart is right, they may fight you in the beginning, but when they hang up the phone or they walk away from you, they'll start to listen. And once they start to listen, they're going to know eventually you were right. But I'm not going to tell people what they want to hear. I'm going to tell them what they need to know to build their business. And that's this platform. It's just straight talk. If someone gets mad, then hang up. Change the station. And I just want to make sure that this is how you become a 6-figure earner, a 6-figure a month earner, a 7-figure earner. Because they go out there every single day and they understand what they're looking for. And when they get it, they live there. But I'm going to say it again. Most of us recruit and we don't work on retain. We just recruit. Retaining is the system. Retaining is training. Retaining is working with the person one-on-one, day and night. Yes, day and night. Being available when they need you. Okay? Now, the mentality you got to have as we close up today's call is always get into a conversation with everybody you meet. Identify the ones that want to change their financial situation. Identify the ones that want to earn money, the opportunity. Share your vision, sell the dream, tell your story. My Cox Cable guy just came. So here's the deal, guys. I lost my train of thought there. Okay. Always just get into the habit of just saying hi to people. I'm talking about when you're out and about. And get into depth. I might do a training on just in depth how to do it. Identify the ones that want to change their financial situation. And then just tell your story. That's the mentality every day. No agenda, though. No agenda. That's where you guys lose it. Everybody sees you coming. No, just be a good person. Just be kind and watch how conversation happens. And this is how you find your good people and leverage the system. And then as you get good, remember sharpening your skills? Here's what you're going to know. See, leaders know this. How many people do I have to have in my system, in my funnel, to duplicate? Now, I'm not going to give you your numbers. Now, Lisa and I are pretty good. But in the beginning, we had to have 300 people consistently in our funnel to have consistent success. 300 people working in the funnel to get consistent success. What if it took you 3 to 6 months? What if it took you a year to fill up your funnel? What if it took you a year to fill up your funnel, but it was throwing off 10 to 12,000 a month? See, some of you don't understand the ratio. You don't understand business. You just want it so fast. And I want that mentality. I love that mentality because you're going to go fast. But what if it doesn't harvest right away? You know, people say, well, this is not working. When it was just about to spurt, that's when people quit, or they jump just before it starts to happen. It's amazing. Okay, now watch this. 2 ways to grow faster: friendship with more people or improve your skills. Well, you improve your skills by friendshipping with more people. Some of you still haven't gotten out of your house. You're still getting ready to get ready. I get it. I understand it. But you know what? It took me 2 years. 2 years to get out of my own way in the industry. A lot of you know that story. Lisa got involved day one, made it happen. I don't know how her brain works. She just goes, okay, I'm going to do what they tell me to do. I come in and I go, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it my way. Why? Ego? Duh. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to have authorship. And 2 years of failing, thank God she was making money, because I would have quit. That's just me. I would have quit. But she just persevered and did it. Me, 2 years of doing nothing and pretending I was doing it. Until finally, you know what she said to me? You know what woke me up? Go get a job. If you're going to keep doing what you're doing, go get a job. I broke out in a sweat. I got hives thinking about going back after not working for 2 years. Because remember, she retired me. But I wasn't holding up to my end of the bargain. I was just riding her coattails. And when she said that to me, I go, uh-oh. So guess what that did? Okay, I'm going to close with this. Here's what that did. That one conversation we had created a desire within me never to go back and get a job. And now 25 years in the industry, we haven't worked. We haven't worked. I'm talking about traditionally. We have not worked. Because Lisa created a burning desire with me by saying, go get a job. You got to create your desire, guys. You got to have a purpose for why you do what you do every day for your company. Guys, appreciate you. See you Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. Share this with your people if you see there's value here, okay? Because we're just going to change different topics every single day. Thanks, guys. Mwah. See you later.